So I'm looking online and I'm seeing things, and right now we got a situation where I just heard the Cassidy versus Three Letter Man, or I should say the Three Letter Man like Cassidy interview. You know what I'm saying? And I heard the Cassidy in 15 Minutes of Fame interview. He just did another interview with Norbs It Off. Go to Norbs It All podcast, subscribe. You can hear an interview there, his latest interview. I do want to say this. I feel like there's a witch hunt, for Cassidy at this point. I know a lot of people respect, Goods and what he's done and what he's contributed to the battle rap community. His opinion, his validation for shit people seek, you know what I mean? And for the most part, people want to see him win because of the pressures, that are on Goods and for what he represents going into this battle. You know what I'm saying? He's got the weight of the entire battle rap community on his shoulders. So there's going to be, an outpouring for Goods, or, people are going to want to see Goods do well and succeed, because at the end of the day, Cassidy can go anywhere, whereas Goods is still going to be, a part of battle rap. You know what I mean? He's got multiple businesses himself. He can do things, but as far as being, in tuned and in depth with the culture, Goods is very active. You know what I mean? So, people want to see him do well. As far as Cassidy, I feel like people are trying to exclude him from battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Even me, I kind of got to the point to where I'm kind of looking at Cassie like an industry artist coming into battle rap, kind of invading. But now I'm looking at it like, Cassidy, he started from battle rap. You know what I mean? Back then when he battled Freeway, I heard in the Three Letter Man interview that he was discounting the battle that he had with Freeway. But back then, battling Freeway was a big fucking deal back then. Freeway was huge back then, you know what I mean? So, when he battled Freeway and the manner that he battled Freeway, the style that he battled Freeway, the fucking streets was lit off that shit.
I'ma stay in the shop, chopping the cane, till it look like niggas play hockey on my chain. I'll run in your spot with a stocking on my face, cocked in, pop by mistake, I'm sloppy with the 8. Listen, man, I had you tied to your bed. You play dumb-dumb till some inside of your head. Off the side of the bridge on some Nino shit. I hold dice and pull metal on some casino shit. Niggas gamble with their life on some hero shit and get a fucking scarred face on some Pacino shit. Now, I might not know it all, but know this, when it's war, y'all crumble like Dorito chips. I pass your strip every day. I don't see no bricks, man. I'm a pit. You a pussy, so we don't mix.
Everybody was talking about it. I seen that shit about maybe 200 times. You know what I'm saying? The only thing people could talk about is the ambulance lights, bars, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? But, if you watch the battle, it'll kind of start bringing back that feeling of what, Cassidy was able to do, at that time. And people would hear, through the streets. We didn't have social media. You know what I mean? People were recording with 16-bit cameras. You know what I mean? So it was kind of different to get, recordings and shit like that. Video recordings. We heard, one of the battles that Cassidy had on the radio. I put it up on one of my videos, and the callers actually had you losing the battle, Cassidy. Whether or not you lost the battle is different. The callers had you losing the battle. Now, when I listen to the battle, it sounds kind of debatable. You know what I'm saying? So it could go either way. But I do remember that the callers had you losing. Aside from all that, you know what I mean? Cassidy had a reputation of being a battle rapper, battling all the fucking time, every day, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not he used the same material for different acts or different artists, we will never know. You know what I mean? But I do remember that there was those talks, back then, that Cassie was putting in a lot of fucking work battling niggas. So we can't take that shit away from him just because he got a deal and he got successful. You know what I mean? And, he said he would always come back to battle rap if the money was right. By the time the money got right, he came back. He didn't have any choice about who they wanted him to battle. He said, anybody that y'all want, whoever you think is the best, I want to battle him. You know what I'm saying? Just because they gave him Disaster, is that Cassidy's fault? No, it's not. Back then, I was one of the people saying on my other channel that Cassidy was about to get destroyed. He ended up 3-0 in Disaster, if not 2-1. A lot of people got him winning that shit 3-0. So in my personal opinion, he's got to get credit for all the shit he did, back in the day, in the streets, you know, for a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like, who seen that shit to come back to battle rap and do that, it was fucking huge for them. You know what I'm saying? To me, not so much so. I've heard a lot of things. I haven't seen his battles other than the Freeway shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things are, you know, it's a lot of word of mouth, a lot of things like that when it comes to Cassidy. So he comes back to battle rap and he 3-0's Disaster or 2-1, whatever. People making excuses at this point. Oh, well, Disaster wasn't Disaster. He was nervous. It wasn't his, you know what I'm saying? They were supposed to battle on the stage. Now it's in the garage. Now it's a different setting. It threw Disaster off. You don't think that shit threw Cassidy off? Whether or not it threw him off, he won the battle. Whether or not it's 2-1 or it's 3-0, he won the battle. Are we just taking that shit away from him because he's successful? He made millions of dollars. He's done shit that a lot of people will never be able to do. You know what I'm saying? Is that why people are hating on him so much? You know, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? What are we here for? You know what I mean? This is a match. This is some shit that we want to see. URL ended up doing something that people didn't think that they can do. They got Cassidy booked with a high-tier battle rapper that people want to see. People didn't think it was financially possible. They make this shit happen. Do we not want to see this battle? I want to see this shit. Do we not want to hear Cassidy talk? I want to hear him talk his shit. Do I think it's right that he's being cut off like every time he's trying to talk? No, I don't think that shit is right. You know what I mean? Like, is this a witch hunt for Cassidy, or is this a situation where we're actually trying to get his opinions on this shit? Now, you know, much respected 3-letter man, he stood his ground. A lot of people are not going to talk to a celebrity like that. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, what I should say, stand their ground and tell them how they really feel. I don't think 3-letter man is the type of person to just do shit for views all the time. You know what I mean? A lot of his conversations that he has with people, they're real conversations. He's interviewed Joe Buttons. He's interviewed DJ Academics. He's interviewed a lot of people. And he hasn't, you know, done anything like that for views. I don't know what the conversation was before they got on the phone, but, you know, evidently something happened in that fucking interview. And it got to a point to where every time Cassidy tried to fucking talk, he was being cut off. You know what I mean? And every time, you know, 3-letter man wanted to say something, it got to the point to where Cassidy's like, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Cut me off. Now I'm talking. You know, so, you know, I get it on both sides. But, you know, should this be a witch hunt, or should we let a motherfucker talk? It's, you know, it's not just 3-letter man. We could say, I got you losing this battle. But, you know, why do you think you can win this battle? And let him plead his case. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I feel like there's a lot of people discrediting Cassidy. And when it comes to Cassidy, when people say, oh, he's a better rapper than Goods, or Goods is a better rapper than Cassidy. Goods is not a better rapper than Cassidy. Goods is a huge part of the battle rap community. And everybody, you know, likes Goods. I added Goods on Twitter and told him, you know what I mean? He's one of my favorites now. You know what I mean? After that Tay-Rock performance.
Snub Glocks, ice grills, and they mug shots. When I walk on stage, I make it feel like a drug block. And you can't eat. Bears feast when the Cubs watch. I will insure you by letting something register in your glove box. Blow!
That was a great fucking second round. That was a great battle for him. But that's not going to make me kind of, you know what I'm saying, disrespect the person that he's going to battle just because, you know, I feel like, you know, Goods is going to win this battle. I feel like Goods might win this battle, but at the end of the day, Cassidy might win this shit. How many times has Cassidy rapped versus Goods? I'm not saying, oh, you know, repeating the same music over and over again. I ain't saying that shit. I'm talking about the multiple freestyles and shit that he does on stage. A lot of new shit going on all these different, like, platforms, freestyle, all this new shit that he put out. Battling niggas, making music. He raps more than Goods. With the shit that he puts together. He puts together better shit than Goods. We're not arguing that shit. It comes down to when you get in that ring with Goods, there are multiple different things that you are going to have to be able to do, Cassidy. And I think you know that. You know what I mean? Like looking at the disaster battle, looking at, you know what I'm saying? Just, it's only a few clips that we got of you. You know what I mean? The Freeway battle, that was a long ass time ago. You in tune with the culture. You going to all these different events. You watching all this shit. I think you know there's different shit that you have to be able to do in that ring. And Goods knows what the fuck to do in that ring. That's why he is where he is. That's why he has so much respect. He stood in front of monsters before. He stood in front of killers before. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to be able to discredit Goods that easily with the battle rap community. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I do feel like it's a fucking witch hunt, you know, on Cassidy right now. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, as, you know, at the end of the day, in this new modern era, he's an outsider. You know what I mean? This is how people are going to view him. I viewed him like that, you know what I mean? But when you really go back and you look at his history, Cassidy is a fucking battle rapper. He's not an industry artist coming into this motherfucker to battle. He is a battle rapper. Now, if he wins this battle with Goods, you got no choice but to give this motherfucker his respect. Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? He's coming back to this motherfucker. He asked the URL, give me your best person, and this is who they put in front of him. They could have put Tay-Rock in front of him. They could have put Rum Nitty in front of him. They could have put Hollow in front of him. They could have put Lux in front. They could have put anybody in front of him. This is the person that they wanted to put in front of him. So if he wins this battle, and I'm not saying he's going to win, if he wins this battle, you got no fucking choice but to give him respect at this point. That's all I'm saying. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. I'm just a blogger. Listen, this is not some shit y'all want to hear. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I get it. I understand. You know what I mean? Goods is a favorite going into this battle. Some people are saying he's the underdog. I do not think Goods is the underdog in this battle. I think it's Cassidy. It is. Look how everybody's talking. Look at the comments. He's the underdog. If he comes back and he wins, he can talk all the fucking shit he wants. And I hear Verb, you know what I mean? Verb is kind of engaged in this now, and he's talking. And Verb is making some valid points. If you're in the field, there's going to come a time where you're going to fucking lose if you battling in the field all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's a valid point, you know. But at the end of the day, Cassidy doesn't have any losses that you can point to. You know what I'm saying? Besides the debatable on the radio. And he's done a lot of fucking things in rap already. You know, he's amassed a huge fan base. He got the right to talk how he's talking. But at the end of the day, Cassidy, you got to remember, you know what I mean? You going into this shit in our eyes with 2 battles. You know what I'm saying? And Goods has a whole fucking, you know, repertoire of fucking battles. You know what I mean? With millions and millions of views on these battles. You know what I mean? You got views on your shit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he's been in front of more current, dangerous rappers and came out either winning the battle or having a debatable battle or, you know, having a respectable loss. You know, so it's hard for somebody to see that shit, you know, or the type of people that he stood in front of and they, you know, to think he's going to lose. You know what I mean? When you get a realist like 3 Letter Man, he's going to let you know that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I do respect the fact that Cassidy, you know, he didn't just hang up the phone. He talked his shit. That's how you supposed to do. You're supposed to say what the fuck you feel. He talked his shit. He could have got off that phone easily. You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. But I do feel like this is a goddamn witch hunt. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, a couple weeks from now, we going to see what the fuck is really going on. And right now, Cassidy, you know, the way you talking, you have got to 3-0 this nigga. I know people are saying, oh, if he makes it debatable, you have got to 3-0 this nigga. The way you're talking, you have got to 3-0 this nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Peace.